Hey everybody, welcome to Soul Messenger Tarot 369. If you are new, and welcome back for all my old friends. So, an Ace of Swords and the Magician on the bottom, reverse. I'm getting something about a narcissist coming to reality, falling onto the sword of truth, which I think for a narcissist is the first step of healing, because they often live in their own little false realities that they create to protect themselves and maintain the illusion or delusions. Alright. Now let's see. What else we have here? Alright. Spirit, guide me. Give me the message that you want our collective to know right now. And let it be all of you and none of me. In Jesus' name. Alright, what is the message that our collective needs to know right now? Okay. We have truck. Truck. Eagle. Tears almost as salty as your ex when he sees your new boo. Stalked. And high heels playing football. So, with the narcissist truth bomb, okay, that we had at the split, I would say it very much looks like someone got away, okay? Someone got away from a narcissist who is being hit by reality like a freight train truck, okay? Coming right for them. Also, someone may have fled, okay? Flew in a truck to escape this narcissist, right? Once you figured out the reality that this person was truly a narcissist, it's like you got the hell out of Dodge, okay? And with Eagle, that's also a sign of transformation, okay? So you transformed yourself. And this person has seen, stalked the whole time, right? Has seen your transformation. And it's like high heels playing football. You are a badass motherfucker, okay? Pardon my French if that bothers you. Sorry. But yeah. You are a badass who saw through the illusions, broke through the illusions to the truth, got the heck out of Dodge, and this person has watched you, stalked you, and is now sour, salty, and tearful because they see that you are free to do as you wish, with or without a new partner. And so they're having to come to the reality, right? Like once you saw the truth and broke through the lies, the delusions, the deception, and accepted the truth and reality of the fact that this person is a narcissist, it's like it got the ball rolling for this narcissist to eventually have to do the same. And I don't know how long it's been, but this person is finally at the point where they're starting to see the reality too. They're being forced, okay, to live in reality. That false narrative, protective bubble that they lived in is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. D, fourth dimension. You're in the 4D. 3D is, our immediate three-dimensional reality, right? But it's like you're both operating at a higher level now, okay? 5D is the spirit realm, okay? And so it's like opening up to the reality that there's more to existence, okay, than what you originally thought, all right? Again, both you and this person are coming to this new dimension of existence. Z, the last letter of the alphabet, the end. Also, I'm getting a little bit of dizzy. All right, this person may be feeling dizzy. You may be feeling dizzy. Dizzy is a symptom of ascension. Okay, so if you are going from the 3D to the 4D to the 5D and above, right, you may be feeling a little dizzy. They may be feeling a little dizzy. Sometimes when reality hits you, it does have effects. Okay, Neptune spiritually. All right, also in your dreams. Sweet forgiving mercy. This person may want mercy, okay, because they're coming to realize as well that the other realms of existence are real, okay, the truth that other dimensions exist, and that includes the spiritual dimension. And so they're realizing that the things that they have done to you have longer lasting effects than they ever knew possible, because now they have accrued so much karma that it's going to take a whole lot of good deeds, probably multiple lifetimes of good deeds and lessons learned to escape the prison that they have put themselves in with all the negative karma that they have accrued for the terrible things that they've done to you and others, because narcissists operate on the idea usually that there is no God, that there is no higher power, because they think they are, the end all be all, and nothing is greater than them. And they're coming to the reality that there is in fact a God. There is in fact something called spiritual law, where even if you think you have the freedom to do whatever you want in this realm, you do, but not without consequence. And so they are at the point now where they're realizing there are consequences for their actions, and maybe wanting forgiveness and mercy. This person could be an Aries, or you may be an Aries. Anything else? Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Okay. Yeah, the Sun and the Ace of Swords. The truth is exposed. Okay. They are coming to reality. Okay. Living in the light. Okay. The reality that that God exists, okay, that we all exist because of God, that there is a creator, that is the truth, okay, and that we are breaking through, we're having a breakthrough to truth and happiness, that this is unstoppable, that whether they like it or not, the world will live in truth, No longer will good people be forced to live in the delusions and illusions of mentally ill people, basically. Okay, what else? Okay, we have scissors, March, dogs, knot, and tulip. So I'm getting that someone had a plan, okay? Someone had a plan to cut you off or protest against you in some way, to cut you out. They were very passionate about cutting you out, about making you out to be the bad guy as well, right? And God had other plans. Their plan was unsuccessful in some way, maybe at making you look bad, okay, at trying to make themselves look like the good guy, right? They had a plan to try to cut you out, protest against you, make you look like the bad guy, and they're the great, they're the great passionate, flowery person, and the reality is setting in, not only with them but with others as well. Other people can see through. Okay, and it's all about opening the mind, right? Opening your mind to the possibilities, because that's another thing that narcissists do, is they live in this denial. So I feel like there's breaking through of the mind, okay, of this mental disorder, of this denial, to truth and happiness, because healing cannot begin until the truth is accepted. All right, so we have a lot of people, I feel this is very general energy, a lot of people starting to come to reality, to the truth of their own inner mind, of their own inner thoughts that maybe they had denied, but now are accepting that in fact may be truth. Also, the sun could be inner child. Maybe there is starting to a realization occurring of the fact that, maybe the reason that they behave the way they do is because of, their wounded inner child. Yeah, broken open. Yeah, time to go. Yes, okay. Yeah. So they are, reality. There was some kind of blockage, okay? Like this denial, right? If it was an entity, okay? It's been vanquished, okay? It's gone. It's no longer there. And this is allowing the door to open to truth, to healing, to happiness, to understanding why we do the things we do, and how to fix and heal from wounds of our past. What else? Yeah. Okay, so we have angry, vanilla, good choices. So I'm getting the feeling here of someone who is maybe a little bit angry and bitter that they are now being forced to make good choices, to live a life that they used to view as plain, that they feel and felt like being good was boring. And that, now they're at the point where they don't really have any choice, because, they don't want to be locked up, right? Because that's not going to be a pleasant existence for them either. So it's like they're being forced to a point where, and they're very angry about it, angry and resentful about the fact that they have to live this boring life, making good choices, healthy choices, somebody preferred living in darkness, in denial, in the illusion. All right. But you know, time is up for that. The universe has spoken. We are entering the age of Aquarius. It is a new age. We are coming out of the age of Pisces, which also Neptune here, dreaming. Okay, it's like we were asleep and now we're awake. Okay, we are. There is an awakening here, and it is very much on a spiritual level. But you know, what happens in the spirit affects us in the 3D as well, right? So it happens in the 4D, the 5D, and above, right? It all affects all the other lower dimensions as well. And so this is the thing: the more people that reach a higher level of understanding, of vibration, of frequency, of dimension, the higher the lower dimensions are becoming as well. So it is the higher that some of us get, it is actually forcing those in the lower realms to come to a higher level. It's forced leveling up, basically. It's like saying the universe will no longer tolerate certain things, fallen from grace. Yes. So I feel very much so like, you know, like we were all angels at some point in time, having fallen from grace. And this is part of the process. It is meant to teach us, to learn, to grow, to allow us to become unlimited beings where we can cross through dimensions and levels of understanding beyond that which is right in front of us. Okay, what else? Yes, okay, it's about manifesting as a group. Yes, like I said, it's this group manifestation. So the more of us that reach these higher levels, the more we manifest this higher level of being, which is, again, like I said, forcing these lower level beings into higher dimensions where they are forced to transform, like the eagle, right? Okay, what else? 5, something about 5D. So, okay, we have a number of people stuck in the 3D. The majority of people are now in the 4D, and our goal here is to get everyone to the 5D. All right. Also, possibly something to do with 5 groups. I'm not sure exactly what that's about. Help? Maybe we're getting help from 5 different groups. Could be what some people call alien, right? Okay, aliens. There's maybe 5 different groups of aliens, you know, just interdimensional beings, basically trying to help with this ascension. Okay. Proof is in the pudding. Yes. Okay. So there is proof. If you have the eyes to see, the ears to hear, and the mouth to speak, then you know that this is happening. There's proof in the pudding. You will see it all around you. Maybe people start acting a little funny. Okay. Maybe you start feeling a little funny, or maybe you just start noticing that things are a little bit different, and this is the proof that it's working, basically, that what I'm saying is true, that we are reaching higher levels of dimensions, that there is a great awakening happening. People are basically waking up from a mass psychosis. You could also say it in this way. Maybe we had been being mind controlled, you know, MK Ultra mind controlled. With 5 here, it could be something to do with the Pentagon. Okay, and so it's like we are waking up to the reality, you know, that we have been being controlled in order to keep us in these lower levels and lower dimensions and lower vibrations and frequencies. And we are breaking through all of that. And there's basically nothing that they can do to stop it, okay? Because we have help from beings that are far more powerful than any of us could ever even imagine. Okay, yeah, Okay. So we have, oops, I did it again. So I'm getting to that. Okay, these beings that are helping, right? They are they've been all over, right? They're the definitely like the interdimensional beings. They're unlocked. All right, they can go anywhere. They can do anything. They are more powerful, right, than our current understanding. And so, oops, I did it again. It's like they've done this. They've been through this over and over and over and over and over again. They've helped humanity ascend to higher levels over courses of time. They know what they're doing, and there is no stopping them. Like I said, if any human thinks that they can even compete or compare with one of these beings, it's again a narcissistic delusion, because they just can't wrap their head around the fact that something or someone else is bigger and better out there than them. What else? All right, okay. Let me just get a couple of these and then we'll close this out. Okay, we have the Chariot reverse. Yes, okay, so there was some kind of organization, some kind of entity, some kind of group, all right, that was trying to hold us back, that did not want us to progress. That wanted to maybe even become aggressive in how they kept us from moving forward, all right? They wanted us to be lost. They wanted us to have a lack of direction, but because we are connecting with our spirituality, it is helping to guide us in the right direction. And like I said, nothing can stop Seven of Wands. We are spiritually protected, okay? There's nothing that can stop this. With the Page of Wands reverse, right? It is part of our spiritual path, okay? Maybe having gone through all of these experiences is what needed to happen in order to help us learn, okay, and progress, and to fight for ourselves as well. Because if you are going to be an interdimensional being, you have to know how to protect yourself, how to defend yourself, how to go on the offense and the defense, right? All right, you have to be able to move in every direction. You have to be strong enough to push through and force through, things that might be trying to hold you back. Yes, Nine of Wands. It's like learning to be a spiritual warrior, okay? And the Nine of Cups reverse, all right? Learning and understanding, right, that you can be happy in this world, and in fact you will be more happy in this world if you are not driven by greed and materialism. That if you learn that, this is what I pulled out and put to the side a minute ago, if you learn that manipulation is not the way to go, but true open hearts and love, that is what needs to happen here. That is what is going to happen. And the more that we fight it, the longer it's going to take. So it's like, if people would just stop resisting, the truth and the love and the healing and the realities that are coming, the revelations, all right, that are right in front of our faces, that so many people just refuse to acknowledge. If we could get these people to just take a step back and stop resisting and open their hearts and minds, then this process would be a lot smoother and would be happening a lot faster. But like I said, we're in this point of transition between the age of Pisces and the age of Aquarius, okay? So it's like waking up from a dream and healing, like waking up from a nightmare, okay? And then healing, realizing that wasn't reality, right? It's that kind of vibe that I am getting. And so this is a collective, right? This is a general, this is a mass wide scale energy. And you may be experiencing these things in your own life, or having other people experience these things. Maybe you've already experienced them and you are watching other people go through the same thing now that you have already been through. And that, again, is confirmation. Proof is in the pudding. It's confirmation. So you may be receiving all kinds of confirmations. You may be receiving number confirmations, word confirmations, okay? Also, I'm getting to with this fallen from grace. It's like we used to be closer to God and we allowed ourselves to fall away. And so now we are becoming closer to God again. We are reestablishing that connection to our Creator, to the universe. And as we do that, we realize that our consciousness is expanding, and we are seeing signs and synchronicities everywhere. Numbers, words, billboards, symbols, signs. Maybe you even have a person who says something to you, a stranger, or maybe somebody you know very well, that says something that speaks to you on a whole nother level, or that they could have only gotten that information from God, right? That's confirmation. All kinds of confirmations are going to be coming through, and it's going to be undeniable to you and to others that God is real, spirit exists, okay, and that they are trying to help us, to help bring us to a higher level of being, so that we can all heal from the damage that has been done for thousands of years, a very, very long time. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna do this real quick. Is there anything else? Just give me like one more card. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And so this is the Empress. All right. I'm getting Goddess. Okay. This is God the Mother coming through. Okay. If you don't believe in God the Mother, well, then you don't understand. There is balance in everything. Okay, if there is a God the Father, then there must be a God the Mother. The universe does not operate in such a way. It's like saying that it's like believing in God but not believing in Jesus. Okay, they're one and the same, basically. It is the Father, the Mother, and the Son, or the Father, the Mother, and the Child. That is the Holy Trinity. Okay, I hope this has helped you in some way, shape, or form. I hope, if nothing else, it has entertained you for a few moments in time, and that if you haven't already, you will like, share, and subscribe. And again, this is God the Mother coming back. Okay, we are bringing back God the Mother, who they tried to destroy. They tried to erase. It's like in a nightmare or a bad dream. Like you go to sleep and you dream that you lost your mother, that your mother has passed away, and over time you forget all about her, but then you wake up and you realize she's right there holding you. All right, this is the energy that I'm getting from this right now. Our Mother, our God the Mother, is here, helping to remind us, to wake us up to the truth and reality, right? Okay, bringing healing and love. And protection.